So what's good, my young niggas? I'm back with another motherfucking reviewing 12 minutes. Hopefully I can keep the review short, like the game was short. I say that you might think that as a bad thing, but it was actually very good that the game was short. Developed by indie dev studio, Acupuncture, but Anapuncture, something like that. The main dev, Luis Antonio, he actually worked at Rockstar Games, and he has his own website, so you guys should actually go check that out because he talks about the development of the game, the journey behind it, all the little Easter eggs or whatever the fuck you find in the game. With some of the people, like you find out that some of the people on the dev team actually were pregnant at the time, so they yeah, you kind of can see a lot of influence, and then you also see some of the last names of the people in the game, so it's kind of interesting to see, to say the least. The game actually came out August 19th. It released on the Xbox One, the Series X and S, and also PC. I purchased it on Steam because I didn't fucking know that it was actually on the Xbox, and it's 24. It was 24, $25 on Steam. It's the same price on Xbox, and it's actually free on the Game Pass. Like I said, I didn't know it was fucking free on the Game Pass. So I suggest you pick the game up if you have the Game Pass. Like, just go pick it up. It's a pretty good game. It's not long. It's very interesting. It's a different, unique story. A nice spin on a point and click. Um, Actually, the length, it could be beaten in about an hour and a half. It took me around 4 to beat it, but I seen walkthroughs on YouTube about an hour and a half, and yeah, it took me about 4.5 5 hours to get the current true ending, because I feel like there's a different ending that is hidden, but I'll get into that later. Now, 12 minutes is actually a point and click mystery puzzle solver with a top down or bird's eye view like The Sims. So if you're into games like that, yeah, this is for you. If you're not into games like that, I still think you should check it out because it's a nice change of pace and it's not long. So you're not gonna be forcing yourself to play something for a long time. You're really gonna be in it more for the story. But again, if you like more multiplayer, shoot 'em up, beat 'em up type games, then I don't think this game would be for you. However, if you want to change the pace, and you want to try something, like you know how some games is like I want to try that game, but or that type of genre of game, but it seems like it's gonna be a lot to play this certain game. Try this game because it's not that long. It's not that much. It's just point and click mystery solver. Go ahead, get your feet, hands dirty and wet, clean, whatever the fuck. Cup of tea. Sip your own cup of tea, bitch. Make your own tea, bitch. All right, so let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are actually good. And by good, I mean like better than average. Uh, Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7 or 8, considering an indie team developed the game. I actually don't think more than 20 people worked on the fucking game. So yeah, there's always that. I mean, the lighting is pretty good. The mood is pretty good. The atmosphere, the vibes are set. I mean, I don't mind the graphics. The graphics are pretty good. Some of the character animations can get a little wonky at times, but I mean that's normal. Um, like I said, the lighting in the game is actually good. I mean, you're only staying in this one room, this one apartment. So yeah, and I'll get into that actually right now. So the gameplay in 12 minutes is actually very simple. As you can probably guess, you go to room, inspecting items at certain times, depending on the mood or depending on the mood of your wife. Different items and dialogue choices will be offered to you. So basically, if your wife is like upset with you, she won't eat with you. Like it's weird. If you play the game, you understand. But I'll explain a little bit later. But yeah, if your wife had made dinner or like dessert for you to like announce a special announcement, so you can like piss her off and she won't eat with you, or she won't. You can go through her drawer and shit, take something, and she'll get mad at your ass for going through her drawer, and then she won't eat with you. So depending on the mood of your wife, yeah, you have different dialogue options and different choices. So yeah, you should keep that in mind. Actually, the puzzles were quite easy to follow and solve. I only hit like a few snags along the way after like a 4 hour play session. I did, however, feel fatigue at the end, and I wanted to look up a walkthrough for the last like little itty bitty piece of puzzle because I kept running through the same snag. So I wanted to look up a walkthrough because I was just tired of what the fuck, like exploring and going through all that shit. So it was kind of annoying. And I really only did that because the end doesn't allow you to skip the cutscene, the dialogue. It only allows you to fast forward it. However, the suspense and the character building is excellent throughout the entire game, so you'll really be intrigued and stay on your toes throughout the game. But again, if you get stuck and snack, like most puzzles and in any game, if you get stuck on a fucking puzzle, you're gonna get annoyed and irritated because it's like, now, what the fuck am I missing? So I'm gonna give a quick rundown with the story without too many spoilers. You play as an unnamed character. Your character has no name, and he has a wife with like a dark, creepy, ooh, past, spooky. Not much is said about your own past, actually. So you like, again, you know nothing about yourself. You don't. I didn't even know the name, but I had to look it up to try and search this guy's name up, and apparently he has no name. So yeah, there's always that. But the whole game is piecing together a moment in your wife's life and in your life. Okay, so basically, your side of the story is you come home from work one day and you're stuck in a time loop. So after 12 minutes, I think this is of actual game time. So after 12 minutes pass, a cop will show up to your home and arrest you and your wife and demand a watch from your wife, like a little pocket watch. And your job is to find out what happened and how to stop the time loop. So if you fight the guy and he knocks you out, you restart. If you walk out the front door, you restart. If you wait the 12 minutes out, you restart. If you kill both your wife and the guy and still wait the 12 minutes out, you restart. There's something more going on here, so you have to figure out how to stop it and how to, move forward with your fucking life. But that's all I could really get into without spoiling the game. So I'm gonna talk about the voice acting in the game because that's really what you're gonna be dealing with throughout majority of the game, and the voice acting is fucking excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed the voice actors. They killed this shit, especially with how many of the lines you hear over and over again. I never really got tired of the music or the voice acting in the game. So for instance, your wife, when you come home, if she gives you a kiss, it's like, oh, I didn't hear you coming home. But it doesn't get old. Like, imagine hearing the same line. I'm pretty sure speedrunners can relate, but imagine hearing the same line over and over and over again. You'll probably get annoyed and bored of that line and try to skip all the dialogue. But I never really got bored of it. Again, I did get a little fatigued towards the end of the game, but again, we'll get into that later when I get into spoilers and shit. So yeah, the devs actually did a great job at picking good, passionate voice actors for this game. The writers also did a fantastic job. None of the lines felt were like dull or void of life. They all felt informative or mysterious. So every time you got into a conversation with somebody, it seemed like there was more to be had. Like, your wife sounds like a fucking liar. Like, when you talk to her, she just sounds like a motherfucking liar, bro. Like, I was like, you lying, bitch. And then, like, it's crazy because you'll be in the time loop and you'll know certain information and your wife will be lying to you about the information. It's like, oh, okay, like, that's how it is. These bitches ain't shit, nigga. These bitches ain't, stay your ass single, nigga. All kids out there, stay fucking single, nigga. You don't need to jump in a relationship. These women is liars. They lying.
A pocket watch? No, not that I remember.
Hey, how'd your father die?
Well, that's a fun conversation topic. He had a heart attack. It was awful.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into some of the negatives, what I would change or add in the game. Um, Sadly, there isn't much character development for your fucking John Doe, the no name, no dirty Dan nigga. He has no fucking name. Um, because of you're fixing somebody else's past. So the character development actually is rushed and hits you like a fucking truck. Like, I mean, like a full fucking train, bro. A Boeing 757 coming out the fucking clouds from the hand of God, just smiting your ass on your fucking head. It hits you hard, bro. And it's like at the last 30 minutes of gameplay, which is like, what? Maybe it was intentional, but I don't know. I'll get into it again a little later. So it left me at least puzzled and feeling like the game missed out on fleshing out the protagonist. So maybe a sequel or a DLC can tie things together, or possibly with a hidden true ending. Because I believe that there's a hidden true ending out because of the way that the clock is when you get the other two endings. So the clock has three pieces that rotate. After the second piece rotates, there's still like a little third piece at the top that hasn't rotated, but the game says you completed the game and got the ending and da 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 da. So I think that there's a hidden third ending, but I could be wrong about that. But I honestly think that people are missing out on this hidden ending, and I'm not the type of guy to go out and thoroughly redo this shit over and over again and figure it out. So yeah, somebody else should figure that out. Okay, so before I actually get into the spoilers, I'm gonna give you my pseudo review without the story and just game. So I'm just reviewing the game purely on gameplay and graphics, voice acting, atmosphere, shit like that. Not the story, okay? Not the story. And if I had to grade it on that, I'd give it a 7. It's above average. Like, again, an indie dev team, a small team made this. Somebody crafted this. Is somebody's child. It's a really good game. I say you go pick it up. It's fucking free on the Game Pass. Everybody has the Game Pass. Even if you have a fucking PC, you have the Game Pass. Go pick it up on the Game Pass. Make fucking Microsoft that money and go play your fucking free games. Now, so my final verdict, 7 out of 10. Go pick up the fucking game. Go play it on a day. Play it with your girlfriend. Play it with your friend, like a mystery solver. Play it with each other. It'll be fun to see, how you guys deduce or come up with different scenarios. Like, you can actually call. I'm not gonna spoil it. But you should just try out different things. They have a phone in the game, 2 different phones in the game where you can, do different things with those. And there's a lot of different options you can actually explore within these little, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different rooms really, and it's kind of like 3.5 rooms. So there's only 3 rooms in the game really, and you actually ball out in those 3 rooms, and there's a lot to fucking do. So yeah, I say you go pick it up and enjoy yourself, and support the devs if you want to buy the game, because it's hard out here for a pimp. Okay, so now let's get into the juicy part, the drama, the deets, bitch, the 411. Okay, so let's dive into the spoilers of the game. So our unnamed protagonist, the Joe Schmo, he goes on this repetitive 12-minute journey to uncover his wife's past, right? His wife's past. You find out that your wife actually fucking murdered her father 8 years ago on the day you met her. New Year's Day, which is fucking wild, right? That's fucking crazy that this bitch was out partying after she shot her dad. All right, cool. So after some digging around the house, after some digging around the house and cleverly hiding in the closet and waiting out the day's events, you find out in a brutal scene that your wife is hiding her father's watch in the vent, right? So basically the guy comes in at the 12 minutes, around like the 9-minute mark. He comes in and he beats y'all ass, and he's asking your watch for this wife, or your watch for this wife. Oh shit. He's asking your wife for this watch, and your wife's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And right before he's about to get the information on the watch, he gets up and he starts choking you out. And your wife is about to tell him where the watch is, but you die right before she's able to tell him, right? So your wife ends up, you don't end up getting the information that way. You have to come into the house, open up the closet door, and sit in the fucking closet and wait for your wife to get her ass. I mean, this shit is kind of fucking, make you think this nigga don't like women the way he did this bitch. This shit fucking crazy. All right, great. Oh my God.
Your father? A gun?
Father.
Ring any bells?
Why are you asking? Father,
Oh, come on, skip this part.
please. I swear. Oh!
She's pregnant.
Give me his watch. Only question is how much you make me hurt you before you do.
I don't know about anyone.
Keep lying. See how creative I can get.
Help! Help!
So you find out the watch is in the medicine cabinet, or not in the medicine cabinet, under the vent in the medicine cabinet. You do more and more digging. You find out the cop that's coming to get you may actually be an assassin, because he comes in with fucking gloves, and he comes in with gloves. He got a little wire. He has a fucking knife. He has a gun. He don't got no police badge. No police badge, bro. So I don't think he's a fucking cop. I think he's actually an assassin. And I think he was an assassin who was taught by your wife's father and was very close to him. So it made him, he tells you this, so it makes the what he's doing like a personal little vendetta that he has. So it would explain the violent way he was extracting the information out of your wife, and that was very violent. And also how violent he is with you. So you also find out that his daughter has cancer and he can't afford the treatment. So he's desperate and on a kill spree, and he's trying to rob your ass with his watch because it's worth a fucking fortune. So after you kneecap his bitch ass, you shoot him in his fucking knee. The whole game takes a fucking 180, bro. A 1 fucking 80. So apparently your wife never killed her father. Someone else did on New Year's Day. Meaning someone shot him after she did, which doesn't make sense, and I'll explain that shit later. After you kneecap his ass, he tells you, yeah, I know it was her. It was a pocket watch. She tried to sell it. Da 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 da, right? So he's like, yeah, she shot him, and she shot him on New Year's Day. And then you're like, wait a minute, nigga, my wife wasn't there on New Year's Day. There's a picture of her on the fucking fridge. Look at the date. She wasn't there on New Year's, right? So it was impossible for her wife to shoot him. However, you learn earlier in the game that your wife did shoot her father. She fully believes that she shot that nigga and killed him. She believes that shit, but that never fucking happened. So she shot him, I guess, and he was bleeding. And now but somebody else came later and shot him, which is confusing. So after going Batman mode, you find out that the father actually had an affair with the nanny and had a secret love child, right? That the father couldn't keep because of his current wife at the time. And yeah, his current wife at the time hated her. But I'm not gonna get too much in the story, because if you're still watching, you still got time to back out, go get the game, play the game. It's a really good game. So the secret love child that the father had actually could be the possible murderer. Okay, you got that. Now hold on to your fucking foreskin, bro. Grip the fuck out your dick. Hold on to your balls hairs, because this shit is about to blow your shit off. Okay, so earlier on in the game, if you go out with the conversation, remember your wife made you dessert, okay? So she tells you during the dessert she made that it's a special occasion, blah blah blah, and she tells you that she has baby clothes as a present, and she tells you she's pregnant, and and the baby's name is your mother's name. It's Dahlia, like the flower. Well, so was the fucking nanny's. The nanny's name was Dahlia. So for you slow motherfuckers in the back, that means you're the long lost brother whose mom had the affair with the murdered father. Right. That shit blew me away. Okay. So right after you learn this information, you enter a flashback mode. You go right back into like whenever you was a kid and you fucking did this. Oh wait, it was 8 years ago. So you go back 8 years ago, right? And you finally see the event fold out in front of you. You kill the father out of a fit of self-defense, actually. I don't even know how the fucking gun came out of his hand. He shot himself. I don't know what the fuck happened. But the game has a huge fucking plot hole. And this is what I said I was going to get into earlier. If he was shot twice in 2 days, how and why? He was shot the day before, right? How and why the fuck is he not? How is he at home and not at a hospital? And 2, how the fuck did he shoot her father? How the fuck did he shoot her father and find her? Mind you, she is hundreds of miles away. So that means she shot him and ran away. Then he came, shot him, and found her. How? Furthermore, you see, I'm getting intelligent. Furthermore, I have deduced that the father in this flashback does not have any visible signs of a gunshot wound. Even furthermore, how does he even know where she was going if she just left town? And how the fuck is he in love with her and she doesn't even know he exists? Furthermore, why the fuck is it 2 dads in one flashback? One flashback, the nigga has hair in his nighttime, and the other flashback, he's bald in his daytime. Finally, he brainwashes you. This is some real weird ass shit. He brainwashes you so you forget that you ever knew your wife and you guys never met. The end. But wait, there's more. So after you talk to the dad with the hair, you go back to the apartment, but it's empty. However, the clock is still there. Now, again, another plot hole. If you never killed the father, how is the clock in the apartment? That doesn't make any sense. This leads me to believe that only one scenario could have happened. I feel like the ending was rushed. I think the devs felt the pressure of the game being on a Game Pass, and gave up an ending with a few plot holes, which again could be solved with a super hitting ending or DLC. However, I doubt DLC will be in the game, so I'm hoping for a super hitting ending. Again, I think that it doesn't make any sense. So like maybe the guy never existed. I don't get it. Like this shit don't make no sense, because you see after you beat the game, you can see that the two paintings before you get into the apartment are actually key photo paintings of what's gonna happen in the game. So the flower being your mom flower, and he tells you before he hypnotizes you to think of a flower returning back to his bud, right? And then the other one was like a bookshelf, and it was a red book on the bookshelf. And I was like, and I remember looking at this painting and thinking like, maybe this is a hint or a clue at what can happen later, and it definitely was. But yeah, I honestly think that the game is missing a few plot holes. However, I think that there is still a super hidden ending out there that somebody has not found. Again, the game just recently came out, so let's give people time. However, yeah, as of right now, the ending that I received, I don't think that the game is done. The ending that's all out there right now, the ending it's not done. The game isn't not done. Like the game isn't finished. The game's finished and the game is well crafted. However, I don't think that the ending I got was the super true ending, even though that's what it was titled as on the internet. And again, me trusting the internet, good job, me, go me. Finally, we have come to the end of the trial of the video, the ranking. I actually enjoyed the game. It was a nice change of pace, bro. Like honestly, from the long ass 40-hour games you usually get from devs and these AAA studios, bro, who just want to drain you of all your energy and fucking time, bro. And none of that shit even matters when you buy the next game 2 weeks later and you don't even remember the past game you just spent 100 hours on. It's like, you get tired of this shit. I'm getting old. I'm getting too old for this shit. But I got to beat the game in a day, which I used to do as a kid, and felt nostalgic, made me feel nostalgic, made me feel good like Batman. It's more of an experience into the mind of the devs than it is a game, really. But I still don't want to take away from the experience that it's still a good game. So my score for 12 minutes is a 9 out of 10. Nah. You're like, damn, Wolf, how the fuck, nigga, if they got plot holes in the game, and the ending is all garbage and trash, bro, how the fuck is it a 9 out of 10? The ending isn't garbage and trash, by the way, but yeah, anyways, I didn't have any vocabulary, I'm an ignorant nigga. So you're like, well, why the fuck is it a 9 out of 10? Well, firstly, the game is fucking free on Game Pass, so you can get the game for how much is Game Pass? $10, I believe. You can get the game for $10 if you don't have Game Pass. If you do have Game Pass, the game's fucking free. Second, it's not super long. It tells a unique story. It was made by a small game studio, so they get props from me for doing this shit independently. And it was bold enough to do something different, which is fucking rare nowadays. It seems like everyone wants to fit in rather than stand out. So I'm commending them for actually doing something a little bit different with this time loop and the ending, and how I fuck with that. I fucks with them. They was a little bold on that shit. They let their nuts hang. They let their balls drop. I fucks with it. But I definitely think you should check the game out for free on Game Pass, or show the devs some love and purchase it on fucking Steam. Either way, I doubt you'll be dissatisfied with your money and time spent. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this review of 12 minutes. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Follow me on Twitch. I live stream every day to every other day. Sometimes I'm a little bit lazy, but don't judge me. Hit the like button, show the Wolfpack some love. Subscribe to join the Alien Invasion. Hope you guys stay good and awesome. Shout out the Wolves and Martians. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace, you little bitch. Little bitch. Little motherfucking bitch.